Welcome to the wild, where the night is alive and the wolves still howl. This is not music. This is nature speaking. If you feel the wild inside you, subscribe, stay, and listen. The howl has only just...
Okay, let's take a trip. I want you to, close your eyes for a second and just picture a place where cold isn't just about needing a jacket.
Right.
It's about the air itself becoming this physical weight in your lungs.
Mm-hmm.
We're standing on the edge of the Siberian taiga. It's deep winter.
The deep freeze.
Yeah, and the sun is just this pale, useless coin hanging low in the sky. It offers absolutely no warmth. The temperature is hovering somewhere around minus 50 degrees Celsius.
It's hard to even comprehend that. At that temperature, physics just starts to behave differently.
It really does. Your breath, it doesn't just mist. It crystallizes instantly. It sounds like crackling cellophane every time you breathe out.
It's a world of pure physics. I mean,
Yeah.
Biology in the taiga is essentially just a desperate day-to-day attempt to cheat thermodynamics for one more sunrise.
That's a great way to put it. It's a place where the margin for error is, it's zero. There is no margin.
Nine.
Exactly. And in this frozen, silent landscape, you see a shape. It's emerging from the dark tree line. And to you, to me, to pretty much anyone scrolling through Instagram, this creature looks like the absolute king of this domain.
It looks the part, for sure.
Totally. It has these massive sloping shoulders. The coat is this thick, variegated gray. The eyes are amber and just piercing. It moves with that distinct energy-saving lope that all great predators use.
You know the one. That effortless glide.
That's it. It even throws its head back and howls, and the sound is hauntingly perfect. It echoes off the snow-packed pines. It looks like a wolf. It sounds like a wolf.
But this is where the scene shifts. It goes from being this, majestic nature documentary to something else, a tragedy, really.
Yeah.
Because that creature isn't a wild wolf, it's a wolf dog. It's a hybrid.
Right. And here's the tension. This creature, it steps into a clearing and spots a pack of wild wolves. And naturally, instinct takes over. It approaches them.
It's looking for connection.
It's looking for kinship, for acceptance. It expects a greeting, maybe some tail wagging, some of that ritualized sniffing, or that rough and tumble play we see in dog parks.
It thinks these are my people.
Exactly. I'm home. But that is not what happens.
No, not at all. The reaction from the wild pack is instantaneous. There is no getting to know you phase. There's no
It
hesitation.
is immediate.
The pack reacts with immediate, synchronized violence. Fangs are bared. It's an instant encirclement. It is a tactical execution.
And that's the shock. To the wild wolves, this creature, which again looks so much like them, it's not a long-lost cousin. It isn't a friend.
Like a biological contradiction.
Yeah.
A dangerous anomaly.
And the verdict in this encounter is delivered immediately.
Precisely. To the wild, the wolf dog is, for lack of a better term, a genetic mistake.
And that is the central mystery we are unpacking on this deep dive. Why? I mean, we know wolves are capable of adoption. We've seen it. They sometimes adopt orphaned pups from other packs.
They have incredibly complex social structures, absolutely.
Yeah.
And a huge capacity for bonding.
So why do they destroy wolf dogs with such immediate ferocity? We see these animals on the internet all the time. The caption is always something like fang-toothed super warrior or the best of both worlds. We are obsessed with this idea.
Oh, it's a very human romanticization. We love the alchemy of it. We think if we combine the loyalty and, the trainability of a domestic dog with the raw power and independence and, let's be honest, the aesthetic of a wild wolf,
Yeah, so look.
we get an upgraded animal, a super wolf, if you will.
Stronger, smarter, more resilient.
Exactly. We want the wildness without the danger, or maybe the obedience with a bit of an edge.
But the mission of today's deep dive is to just completely shatter that myth. We are going to look at why the taiga does not care about our romantic narratives or our Instagram captions.
The taiga does not believe in narratives. The taiga believes in physics, and it believes in efficiency. And when you strip away all that human projection and you look at the actual mechanics of survival, the biomechanics, the thermodynamics, the biochemistry, the wolf dog isn't a super warrior. It is a deeply compromised
A
system,
leaky battery.
a leaky battery.
Mm.
And today, we're going to look at exactly why nature rejects this hybrid, not out of malice or cruelty, but out of absolute brutal necessity.
So let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's start with the physical hardware. Because like I said, on the surface, these hybrids look the part. If I saw one running through the woods, I'd be terrified. I think wolf.
And you would be forgiven for that.
Yeah.
Superficially, the phenotype, the outward appearance can be very, very convincing.
Right.
But nature's an auditor that looks at the microscopic details. It doesn't care about the silhouette, it cares about the engineering. Let's start with the skull. The cranial architecture, as biologists call it.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because a dog skull and a wolf skull, they look pretty similar to the untrained eye. What is the wild wolf seeing? Or rather, what are they sensing that we just aren't?
Well, it all starts with the bite mechanics. You have to understand that a pure gray wolf's skull is an engineering marvel. It's been honed by about 2 million years of evolutionary pressure.
Wow.
It is designed for one specific function, to be a kinetic weapon. And to see that, we need to look at something called the sagittal crest.
The sagittal crest. Okay, that's the ridge of bone running right along the very top of the skull, correct? Like a mohawk made of bone.
Exactly. In a wild wolf, that ridge is incredibly pronounced. It's like a fin. And it acts as an anchor point for the temporalis muscles.
Okay.
These are the massive muscles that control the jaw's crushing power. The larger the crest, the more muscle you can attach and the more leverage you can generate. It's just simple mechanics.
And the wolf dog, where does it fall short here?
This is where the genetic lottery really fails the hybrid. Domestication acts as a sort of softener of these extreme features. Even in what they call high-content wolf dogs, animals that are mostly wolf by percentage, that sagittal crest is often reduced. Sometimes it's nearly flat. Because for the last, 30,000 years, humans haven't needed dogs to crush the femurs of elk.
Right. We've been feeding them scraps or softer food or kibble.
Exactly. And evolution is ruthlessly efficient. If you don't use a feature, you lose it, or at least it diminishes. So the anchor point for that power shrinks.
So the muscle has less to grab onto? It's like trying to tow a semi-truck with a bungee cord instead of a thick steel cable.
That's a perfect way to think about it. And it gets even more subtle. Look at the stop.
The stop.
The stop is that transition area between the forehead and the muzzle. In a dog, think of a boxer or even a German shepherd. That drop is really distinct. It's a steep angle.
Oh yeah, I can picture that.
In a pure wolf, the profile is almost a straight, sleek ramp from the forehead all the way down the nose.
I've noticed that. Wolves look more, aerodynamic, streamlined.
It's not really about aerodynamics. It's about stress distribution. That straight line allows the immense force of a bite to distribute evenly through the entire skull structure when they latch onto a 1,000-pound bison that is threshing for its life.
Okay, so it's a structural integrity thing.
Yes. A pronounced stop, which many, many wolf dogs inherit, creates a structural weak point. It fundamentally alters the biomechanics of the jaw as a lever.
So wait, if a wolf dog tries to bite with the same force as a wolf, it's actually putting more stress on its own skull than the wolf would be.
Exactly. It's just mechanically less efficient. A wolf dog might have an impressive bite force, let's say 1,000 psi pounds per square inch in a best case scenario.
Which sounds like a lot.
It is a lot. But a large wild wolf can exert significantly more, and more importantly, it can sustain that grip without structural failure. To a wild wolf, looking at a hybrid, they might sense these subtle proportions. They see a jaw that just isn't built for the heavy lifting of killing large, dangerous prey.
It's like comparing a pair of industrial hydraulic shears to some heavy-duty gardening loppers.
Docs. That is a perfect analogy.
They look similar, they both cut, but one is rated for solid steel and the other is rated for tree branches. You don't want to mix them up.
You do not. And this leads us directly to the teeth themselves, the hybrid's flaws. A wild wolf's teeth are not just scary, they are highly specialized tools. We need to talk about the carnassials.
The carnassials, those are the big shearing teeth in the back, right?
Yes. In a wolf, the upper fourth premolar and the lower first molar slide past each other like a pair of scissors.
Yeah.
but they're also massive, dense structures. They're designed for shearing through thick hide and flesh, and, crucially, for crushing bone.
Crushing bone. I feel like we always underestimate how important that is. We think of wolves eating meat like, steaks, basically. But in the winter, the meat is just the wrapper.
It is absolutely non-negotiable for survival. In the depths of winter, when the snow is 5 feet deep and hunting is incredibly difficult, you cannot afford to waste a single calorie. The marrow inside the large ungulate bones, the moose, the elk, the bison, is the difference between life and death. That marrow is pure fat, pure high-density energy.
And to get to it,
you need to crack open a bone that is essentially as dense as concrete. That requires immense, focused pressure in teeth that are structurally sound enough to withstand that pressure without shattering.
And the wolf dog's teeth.
The night grows quiet, but the wild never sleeps. Somewhere out there, the wolves are still watching. If you hear the call, stay with the pack. Subscribe and return to the wild.